What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Before we get right into it though, I gotta thank you guys so much for 700 subscribers. I appreciate it so much. Only 300 away from 1,000, and that's the ultimate goal for right now, and I just can't thank you guys enough. But we're doing another video like this. We did one yesterday where we talked about who surprising MVP candidates we could have. Today we're gonna be talking about teams that could go to the NBA Finals, not named the Cavs or the Golden State Warriors. It says top 5, but we're really gonna be talking about 7 teams today. So I hope you guys enjoy the list. Make sure to leave any teams I might in the comment section below that I might have left out, and just let me know what you guys think of the whole video. And just thank you guys so much for your support. It means the world to me, man. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. First, we got the obvious one, the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs picked up Rudy Gay this offseason, and the Spurs are obviously in contention to make it to the finals every year under Coach Greg Popovich. He's a great coach. They have Kawhi Leonard. LaMarcus Aldridge still, who knows if he's going to get traded. There were reports saying he wanted it out, but never got traded. Tony Parker's still there. Manu Ginobili's coming back. Patty Mills got a new contract. The Spurs are a really good team. They play under a really good system, and they're going to be contending for quite a while. And who knows, maybe the Spurs could have beat the Warriors in a 7-game series last year. We will never know, man. So you can't say, no, they wouldn't have, because you just don't know. Kawhi got hurt in Game 1, and the Spurs were up 20 on the Warriors, and as soon as Kawhi went out, the Spurs just decimated, man. Absolutely decimated, and the Warriors came back and won Game 1. And here's a rare photo of you, or a rare photo of Kawhi smiling for you guys. Not a photo of you, of Kawhi Leonard. But anyway, guys, so yeah, it's pretty obvious why the Spurs are, contending for the finals. I don't have to really explain this one. I had to put it in the video because I know some people would have said, like, you forgot about the Spurs. It's pretty obvious they can make it each and every year. They've been in contention for it almost every year, so I don't think anyone's doubted the Spurs for quite a lot, like for a long time. So obviously the Spurs are always going to be in contention to make the NBA Finals. Next we got the Boston Celtics. So the Celtics were close to making the NBA Finals last year. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, beat the Wizards in Game 7 to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost Isaiah Thomas in Game 2, I believe, and the Celtics lost 4-1 in the Eastern Conference Finals. But the Celtics did pick up Gordon Hayward this offseason, which is a major signing. They traded the first pick and drafted Jason Tatum. They traded Avery Bradley and got Marcus Morris. So they literally have 5 small forwards on their roster. And I don't get what's about to happen, but I feel like Celtics aren't done yet. Maybe I'm wrong. Marcus Morris, Gordon Hayward, Jay Crowder, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum. That's 5 different small forwards on your roster that could all be in your lineup or in your rotation. Something's got to happen, man. I understood why they traded Avery Bradley, but maybe not for the player they got him for, because they wanted to have the money to extend Isaiah Thomas, not Avery Bradley. I would prefer Isaiah Thomas over Avery Bradley too, obviously. But anyway, guys, I just didn't understand that move, and I don't understand what the Celtics are doing just yet. But I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. But obviously, the Celtics are an up-and-coming team. They have led by Isaiah Thomas. They got Gordon Hayward now. Al Horford's decent, and they got 5 small forwards. Who knows what they're doing with them? Who else they got? Just a lot of different weapons, and Marcus Smart is backup point guard still. A lot of different weapons at their disposal. Who knows what the Celtics are up to this offseason? I don't feel like they're going into the NBA with 5. They're not going to go in the beginning of the regular season with 5 small forwards. There's no way. That is absolutely insane. I don't get it, because all 5 of those guys can be in your rotation. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, next we got the Houston Rockets. Obviously, this is on here for a reason. The Rockets did a sign-in trade and got Chris Paul this offseason, which was a very good move for the Rockets. Honestly, the only bad thing is Chris Paul is on a 1-year deal, and you gave up like 4 to 5 different players for Chris Paul. Obviously, you do that, though. Chris Paul is a great point guard in this league, and James Harden doesn't have to, do it all on every possession. James Harden got tired last year, got tired for the year before. James Harden, the Rockets were contending last year almost. It seemed like they were the 3rd seed, and Chris Paul coming to the Rockets is going to be a great addition for this team. They still have Eric Gordon as their 6th man. They still have Clint Capella as a center. The only question mark is now, are the Rockets going to get Carmelo Anthony or not? It doesn't seem the Knicks are interested in Ryan Anderson, or I feel like this trade went down by now. I don't think the Blazers are interested in Ryan Anderson, or I think this trade would have went down by now, because there's been rumors that Blazers, Knicks, Rockets have been in 3-team discussions. People thought as soon as Allen Crabbe was traded, this trade was about to go down, but it never happened. If the Rockets get Carmelo Anthony, yes, they can contend to get to the NBA Finals. I don't see why not. That's a very nice trio. They have Clint Capella, Eric Gordon as their sixth man still, who won Sixth Man of the Year last year. This is a nice trio, and if they're able to land Carmelo Anthony, this definitely takes them to the NBA. Well, it definitely makes them contend for the NBA final. I'm not going to say it takes them there because, you know, the Warriors are still a team to mess with. So, anyway, next we got the Toronto Raptors. The reason why the Raptors are in here is because I feel like the Raptors definitely didn't improve from last year. Like, the year before that, they made it to the East Conference Finals and took the Cavs to 6, obviously. But then the second round this last year, they got swept. Kyle Lowry was injured. I guess you could say that. But the main thing is for the Raptors, in order to have a chance, and I'm saying a chance to make the NBA Finals, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan cannot be regular season players. It's mostly Kyle Lowry, but they cannot be regular season players anymore. They need to be there in the postseason. They really do. They need to bring it in the postseason. Actually, I watched SDC video again, and Kyle Lowry, he said it looked like Kyle Lowry has slimmed down again this offseason. Kyle Lowry used to be huge, man. If you don't believe me, look it up back then. He used to be pretty huge, I'm not going to lie. But he slimmed down a lot, and he seems to have slimmed down a lot more. So maybe Kyle Lowry can become that player that can, you know, make big plays in the postseason, not the offseason. And that's what the Raptors really need, man. I feel like the Raptors can contend for that final spot, but these two right here just need to show up. They got Serge Ibaka. They still have Jonas Valanciunas. They traded away DeMar Carroll. Still have Norman Powell, who's a decent bench player. I feel like the Raptors can do it, man. It's just up for Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan to play well in the playoffs. That has been the question mark for the Raptors for a lot of years, to be honest. So it just needs to happen. Next, we got the Washington Wizards. So the Wizards, obviously led by John Wall, who I think is an MVP candidate next season. If he can't win MVP, if not win MVP. John Wall, Bradley Beal, that's a dynamic backcourt. Bradley Beal proved that contract was worth it. Now it's Otto Porter's turn to prove that he was worth the money they gave him. So Otto Porter and Bradley Beal have recently got maxed out. John Wall signed an extension. So now you have those three players for years to come. It is time for Otto Porter to step up now. I'm not saying he hasn't in the past, but it's time to become better than that. Like, he needs to become what Bradley Beal did. Like, Bradley Beal got an extension. People were kind of iffy on it because he struggled to stay healthy, and I understood. And then Otto Porter got his extension. And then, before I say Otto Porter got his extension, Bradley Beal played well this last season. So Otto Porter needs to do the same. Now, they have a nice starting five. They didn't improve the bench much. They got Jody Meeks. I don't know any other significant signings they've made. That's the big thing about the Wizards right now. Their bench is not great. Not great at all. Their starting five is lit. I mean, John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter, Markieff Morris, Marcin Gortat. That's a nice starting five. But the bench is just not... It's iffy. It's iffy right now. But I'm not saying they can't make a trade at the trade deadline like they did last year when they got Bojan Bogdanovic. But who knows? I feel like they can make a trade again and contend for the finals, which they were this last season. They were so close to the Eastern Conference Finals, which I feel like they would have gave Cavs a better series, but it's just the way it was. But anyways, next we got the Oklahoma City Thunder. So obviously the dude on the left, Victor Oladipo, has been replaced for no other than Paul freaking George. So Russell Westbrook and Paul George. This upcoming season is going to be nice to watch. They have Steven Adams and Enes Kanter still, so that's pretty cool. And they drafted Terrence Ferguson. Who knows if he gets minutes right away. But anyway, Victor Oladipo obviously didn't pan out too well for the Thunder. They extended him too for like 24 years, $84 million. I didn't get it because I didn't think Oladipo was playing that well anyway. But they were able to get rid of his contract. I feel like this is a W all the way. That trade was a W all the way around for the Thunder. Because even Paul George leaves, you got rid of Oladipo's contract. So it's whatever, man. But I feel like Paul George and Russell Westbrook can definitely take them to the NBA Finals. These are two great players, great all-stars. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook did it at one point. I don't see why they can't do it again why he can't do it again with Paul George. I feel like this is definitely a team that can make it to the NBA Finals, but they really need to make another move, I feel like. I don't think they're ready just yet. They need another guy because if they meet up Golden State Warriors in the final or in the Western Conference playoffs, I don't know if they're able to beat the Warriors with just these two guys. I don't know. Maybe they do, but who knows? I think they need one more guy. I feel like they can get it done because they have Steven Adams and his Kanter on pretty big contracts. I feel like they can trade one of those guys and maybe get another guy. Who knows? But I think the Thunder can make it there next year. Next, we got the Timberwolves. So obviously, you notice right away that Ricky Rubio's in this picture, who is traded, has been replaced for Jeff Teague. Obviously, the Timberwolves landed Jimmy Butler on draft day, and that was a huge move. That basically laid out how this offseason would be. As soon as Jimmy Butler got traded on draft day, I think Chris Paul got traded before. Did Chris Paul trade go down before or Jimmy Butler? I don't know. But, those two trades basically showed you how this offseason would be. And Rubio got replaced with Jeff Teague. You got Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler. They signed Jamal Crawford for the sixth man of the year, for sixth man. So Timberwolves, definitely the best team on paper to take down the Warriors. I feel like if everything goes right for the Timberwolves, I think they can do it. I'm just being honest. Like, the Timberwolves look good on paper if they just transition it to the court. I feel like they can take down the Warriors. I don't see why they couldn't. Like, I don't see why not. Obviously, the Warriors have a lot better chemistry than Timberwolves do at this point. They have not even been on the court together. But if they can build it over time, maybe get another piece at the trade deadline. Who knows? Trade Gorgie Dang for something. I don't know, man. The Timberwolves look nice, and I don't see why they can't contend for the finals this year. A lot of people are saying I don't want to put them top seed yet. They'll probably make 6th, 7th, 8th. I don't see that. I don't know. I feel like they'll be a top 5 seed at least. And I guess that's it for me, guys. Like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure to leave any team I may have forgotten in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you haven't already. We recently just hit 700. I've been doing videos like this. I do rebuilds. I do all kinds of stuff. I cannot wait for 2K18, guys. But for right now, we're grinding out this content right here. That's it for me, guys. This is Crushables. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'm saying peace.